this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
Right?
watching this episode of
Oregon Life.
Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and welcome to a brand new episode. I'm very excited about this. I got to spend 6 months with a triathlete, Miranda Bush. She's a triathlete, she's an endurance coach, she's an author, and I got to sit down with her and have some in-depth talks about what it's like to be a triathlete, and it's not easy. I got to swim with her. I wasn't swimming. Cycle with her. I was cycling a little bit, and running with her as she took me on her journey all the way to the Ironman in Madison this past year. And it was an amazing time. I want to tell you about her book, Far Better, and she'll get into that in the next episode in part 2 of Oregon Life. But I want to read something there's a lot of things that hit me in this, but this particular thing is important because it's important to all individuals. And it is to be holy with you. Be a good student of yourself. You are the only person you spend every second of your life with. Really important to remember that. She reminds us that in her book, which is fabulous. The web address is below where you can purchase this. And she'll talk about that in another episode. One thing I really want to say about Miranda is that, and everyone has this, it doesn't matter what you think you have, but you have it, and it's the ability to change lives, and that's what Miranda is doing. And I am so honored to bring you this episode. And as always, we are thankful to bring you this episode through the generous contributions of Tour Horse Insurance. Tour Horse Insurance is more than a sponsor of Oregon Life. Tour Horse, like OCAmedia, has celebrated our community for over 45 years, fulfilling their insurance needs. Through their generous contributions, Tour Horse Insurance has been a wonderful partner to OCAmedia, making it possible for us to produce episodes like Greenhaven Gardens, Keene Garlic, and highlighting the best of Oregon and surrounding areas. And that includes this episode of the triathlete, Miranda Bush.
The way that I approach running in a half Ironman or an Ironman is to run well when I feel good and hold on for dear life when I don't. So it's all about staying connected to my body and then not giving excuses when it gets hard. It's all saying like, I can do hard things, reminding myself I do this because it's hard. If it were easy, it wouldn't really do much for me. So if you can pick it up in the last couple miles, that's pretty awesome. I had that experience at my last half marathon where I ran like one of my fastest 5Ks in the last 4 miles of the race, which I was running with a guy that I met he's a cross-country girls cross-country coach, like low 60s, and he was clearly a good runner. We became Facebook friends. He ran at Michigan State when he was younger, and he hung with me that whole race, had my fastest half marathon ever, completely unexpected. And a lot of it was because he just kept on challenging me. We talked the entire time. It was so fun. So I was not a runner growing up at all. I played ball sports, but when I went and watched Ironman Wisconsin in 2006 with my really little kids standing out in the rain in ponchos and umbrellas, I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had 3 kids under 3, and I think I needed something that was for me. And I never swam a lap, didn't even own a bike that I could use for a triathlon, and had not run more than a couple miles maybe at a time. It's crazy to me when I think about where I started. My love to run and love of triathlon really has been an evolution that has kind of followed my own maturity and growth as a person. So I started this process because I wanted to lose baby weight, like many people did, and I kind of wanted something that would jumpstart that. Really quickly getting into it, I started to want to do it because I loved the challenge. I love showing up to group rides. I rode with a bunch of men who are my age now. At the time I wasn't even 30, and now I'm in my mid-40s, and so I really love the challenge of showing up, seeing if I could hang on with them, and getting done and just feeling exhausted. Another reason is for the camaraderie. I mean, that's a big reason. It really was my social life when my kids were little, so I got to take care of my body at the same time as being with other people who had a passion and a love for something. And I think as a young mom, I had my kids really young, and so I really needed something that was mine and something that I could do. And then as the years have gone by, I've just really been aware of all the lessons that this has taught me, and all the ways that by challenging myself or setting different goals or being present with other people, I've really had the opportunity to take care of my mental health, and see how my body and my mind and my emotional maturity has kind of evolved alongside of it. And that's just been such a huge gift, and something that I've now get to share with a team and with people that share the passion and intensity and love of challenging themselves. And there's nothing cooler than being with a bunch of people who really thrive off of setting a goal and achieving it together. And so that community is just another reason that I just really stick around. And a big part of all of those reasons is really why I became a coach. I started coaching because I wanted other people to have those same lessons and to learn those same things and get those same benefits. I worked as a personal trainer. I actually owned a local gym here in town for a period of time, and I was finding a lot of people were coming to me and telling me that they really wanted, a lot of women especially were saying, I want to lose weight so I can be happy. And even though I was really young and pretty immature, I really kept thinking, there's more to life than that. And I want you to be happy now. And what about you is making you unhappy? So I really started digging into the more mental side of training and why people thought certain things about their body. And then over time, I really wanted to help them learn how to use their body and get excited about their bodies in a way that had nothing to do with how they looked. It was really more about what your body can do. And so I wanted to become a coach so that I could really be present with them and have the skill set to actually take that from personal training and then use both. So now I still strength coach, and I coach people all over the country because I really like to connect with people in different races. I coach women and men, and my job is a dream. It's just something I get to live out my passion every day. I get to enjoy getting to see people reach their goals, and I get to help them learn some of the same lessons that I've learned, either through modeling it still through racing or through teaching them through some of the resources that I have.
Hello, my name is Tom Day. I'm an adult onset triathlete who I am coached by Miranda Bush and MB Coaching. I first found Miranda back in 2016 when I ran my first triathlon, and figured out that I needed a coach. And you know, Miranda is not only a very, very good coach, she is a wonderful person. And the combination of those two is something that you don't find a lot in people. I just had to pick the one thing besides the actual training. Again, I started swimming in 2016 when I ran my first triathlon. She gave me some tips on that. I have another person who coaches me on the swim. But besides the actual physical aspects of triathlon training, especially for Ironman 70.3 and the Ironman itself, is the training is a process. I learned that in 2018 when I ran my first Ironman under Miranda's coaching, and she taught us that training is a process. The race is a great day, but you have 10, 12 months of building yourself up and learning about your body and learning about recovery. And with me being an older athlete, knowing that as we age, we take longer to recover. So she has been an amazing person to get me where I want to be as a triathlete.
Watching this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
right?
watching this
Episode
of
of Oregon Life.